Look at that sunrise, man. That's what I get to look at every day. That's what I get to look at. Let's back out from away from those flashers. I'm in Cleburne, Texas. This is where I haul out of. I haul out of Walmart. Taking my 30-minute break right here on the side of the street, just outside the yard. And figured do a little something different here, man. The life of a day cab driver. It's not really as exciting as it may sound. I was looking around on YouTube, and there's not that many day cab drivers on YouTube. I was looking into that before I started this. There's just not that many. I was like, why is that? Well, now I know. You just don't have time to film. I mean, yeah, I got my 30-minute break here, but like, I do the same thing. It's like I'm a part-time driver and part-time sticker puller. Okay, I mean, really, that's what I do. That's what I do. I pull stickers, I drive a truck, and I go home. The transition from an OTR driver to this, now listen, I've never really been a fan of OTR. If you've followed me for years, I've been on YouTube for years. If you've followed me, you know that I had a really darn good job years ago doing dedicated stuff, and I was so happy. So happy. As a matter of fact, the last video I uploaded was an old school video. I think that was from 2014, and I was on that account, and you can really tell in my face, I mean, how happy I was. You didn't really have to hear me talk, but anyway. But yeah, this life is so much better than what I was living. So much better. I've lost 30 pounds. Like I said, having a normal life where you just go to work and come home, go to work, and then when you're off, you do stuff at that, you know, around the house, do stuff with the family. But you know, like if you took a weekend off or a week off or a few days off or whatever after being out there on the road for weeks at a time, some of you guys do months at a time. I couldn't do that. You guys know that you're basically just catching up with your family, right? You're catching up, you get home and you're sleeping, you know, and then you're doing laundry and you're back out on the road. It seems like you don't have quality time. For anybody with a family, I just don't see how you could be an OTR driver. I just don't understand it. And you know, because it just sucks. It just sucks. Now, I've had to do it. You know, there was times where my back was up against the wall a couple times in my career where I had to do it. I spent a year over there at Butler Transport, you know, because basically that's what I had to do. But that opened up the door for a solid job that I worked 4 days a week, 4.5 days a week, and just made good money. And now, you know, I'm home every day. Now, this is not the first time I've ever done a day cab job. I have before in the past. It's been well over 10 years ago. And those jobs really didn't pay that well. They were hauling rock around here, hauling cement for a company. If you come around here, the guys that really do the best as far as hauling rocks and stuff go, most of them are owner operators. They have their own trucks, and most of them are old beaters, you know. And there's nothing wrong with that. You kind of don't really want to take a nice truck on some of those roads. Like I said, I've been on those roads, been, you know, hauling that rock, and you got to have an old beater. But for what I'm doing, I live like 35 miles away from here. This is like gold to me. This is gold. This is, I mean, falling into this has just been so nice. I've been kind of on the fence on whether I want to endorse something or whatever, kind of do some time in. You know, I've been here for 4 months, and with the other jobs I've had, the honeymoon phase was over in 4 months, and maybe I'm still in the honeymoon phase, but I could tell you what, I'm so digging this. If everything stayed the way they are now, I could do this like forever, you know. Will there be hiccups? I'm sure there will be. I'm sure there'll be things going on, but this right here, like I said, fell into my lap. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that things, you know, all the stars aligned for this, and all that kind of stuff. So those of you guys out there doing day cab work, man, you know what I'm talking about. You ain't got no time to do a bunch of videos and stuff like that. This is about as much as I can do. You know, but I'm gonna try to do this more. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this. Look at that. And I don't know if you can tell, like behind me, I know you can't tell, I wish I had my Canon, but there's the moon is setting. The moon is full. Looks like it's full, and it's setting back there. I don't know if you can tell. A little dot. Maybe it's a dot on your end. I see it's pretty big, but on your end it's a dot. If I had, like I said, if I had the Canon, I can zoom in on it. It looks real pretty. But I get to see this every day. I get to see this every single day, and it's I'm happy. I'm happy, man. I worked my butt off. Last week I was working 14-15 hour days. A lot of times I would just work 12 hours a day, something like that. So it's not, I mean, it's repetitive. It's not hard, it's just repetitive. And I wouldn't trade this in for anything. Throw me in a nice truck, just a pretty truck. I learned my lesson on that. I learned my lesson on taking one of those pretty trucks out there and, you know, sacrificing the house. And if there's a message that maybe that you guys can get out of this, is that don't go out there and you know, sacrifice your family for a pretty truck. Okay, just don't. Now you may have to do what you have to do to get by. It's like I said, I went to Butler for a year, okay, but I knew that wasn't going to be permanent. I knew that wasn't going to be permanent, and when I found my way out, I found my way out. So when you live like close to a city, it makes things easier to get you a job sort of like this, or something that gets you home on the weekends. For the majority of my career, that's the reason why I've lasted so long in this career, is that I've had home time like every weekend for the majority of my career. The times that I've been the happiest is when I had consistent home time. What I mean by consistent, I don't mean what these OTR companies say is consistent. I'm talking about I'm home every weekend. I know when I'm going to be home. I know when I'm going to leave out. I just know this. And, well, I know when I'm going to be going home this afternoon, right? I just know. I know when I'll be going to work next morning. I know when I'm going to be off. I mean, there's just no better than this for me at this moment. I just don't see, you know. And here's the thing, Hub Group took over this account like a year or so ago. I wish I knew a year or so ago, and I would have been here. I believe this is probably the third largest company I've worked for. I would probably say something like that, and I have no complaints. I just don't have any complaints at all. Like I said, I've only been here for 4 months. I could be in a honeymoon phase, I don't know, but I could tell you this, that I wouldn't choose anything else right now. In my area, this is the best thing for me. This is the best thing. Home every day, get paid by the hour, got good benefits, I'm putting money in the bank. Here's the thing, I mean, I'm set on, I said, because I've got land. I got land over on the other side of the lake there where I live, and I've got options now to where I could build something on that land, you know. So we're spending the next year or two just trying to go over our options, see what's best for us and what we want to do. We'll go this fall and maybe clean up the land a little bit, and then we'll probably put something there maybe into next year or the following sometime. I guess the more money you have down, the better of options you have. So that's what we're working on. That's what we're working on. And we're there, we're getting there, man. We are getting there. And it's thanks for me getting off the road, okay? Me getting in better shape. I lost 30 pounds, man. And just finding something you're happy doing. You can't be miserable out there on the road, or you'll be miserable out there on the road. Go home. Spend time with family. You could drive a truck You could drive a truck and still be a family man. I'm proof of that. Proof of that. Absolutely. And there's others too. Hashtag day cab gang. All right. Anyways, my 30-minute break is about over. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go back to work. This is my second load of the day, and I'm gonna go do this. Got 3 drops on it. I'm gonna drive and pull stickers, okay? Because that's my job. That's my job. Anyways, from Cleburne, Texas, and the sun is coming up. Man, that moon. Man, I wish you could see that moon. Dadgum. I wish I had the Canon. I thought about it. It's in my pickup truck. But from Cleburne, Texas, the sun's coming up. I'm ready to go fight some traffic because I'm going on the other side of the metro mess. One thing you got to do with it when you're dealing with this, you got a lot of traffic in Dallas-Fort Worth. But good thing is, when you travel the same roads all the time, you know the patterns and you know how to avoid the bad stuff. Anyways, talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. 73.